All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Resto. You love it, you hate it. It's the Hunter. Yes, we're going into it, the BM Hunter in particular. What we're looking at here is mainly crit mastery, guys. We're looking to stack mastery, obviously, to increase the damage done by our pets, and then crit for obvious reasons. But other than that, like I said in every other video, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm just focusing on the main key points of what people want to look at. I will dive into more in-depth guides if things change in Cataclysm. Things will be subject to change. I'm sure there'll be some things that come up that I'm going to be changing around, a new BIS, a new setup, etc. If that comes around, I will go ahead and do an in-depth guide showing more, like I normally do on all my classes when I do guides. Anyways, let's dive into the gears. So we're looking at the Renounce Cowl. We're going to go ahead and put 50 attack power, 20 crit on this, coming from the Hodir. And then we're looking at reforging the hit into crit. Guys, when it comes to range, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. 8% has done perfect for me. I have not missed a single shot, not missed anything, not resisted anything, etc. I want to say 8% is the top point that you want to go for. Don't quote me. It could be 7. It could be 6. I have 8% right now, and it does me perfect. So that's what I'm going with. When it comes to the neck, I have the Pendant of the Lightless Grotto. Crit mastery, perfect as is, don't need to change anything. The Tsunami Shoulders of the Windstorm, 40 attack power, 15 crit. Don't need to change anything, perfect as is, leave it that. These are crafted from leather workers. I have the Cloak of Edish. This comes from a quest, crit mastery, 70 spell pen. You're probably wondering, why do you have spell pen on a hunter? Well, guess what? You got things that will resist, like your traps. You don't want to resist any of that. So you need spell pen. Crit mastery, don't need to change anything, good as is. The Wental Vest, Wental Trap Vest, this comes from the Throne of Tides, last boss. You're going to go ahead and reforge haste into mastery, keeping the critical strike. We're going to put 20 stats on that. I've seen people put stamina on this. I am personally full out going for it. I don't care about stamina whatsoever. This class is literally broken, so I don't care about survivability. I'm just there to pump out some damage. Moving on to the bracers, we're looking at the Elementium Scale bracers. This comes from Stone Core, the second boss. Yes, second boss, 50 agility. We're going to reforge the haste into mastery, so that way we're keeping our hit. Moving on to the spear, we're looking at the Obsidian Blade Spear. This is crafted from blacksmithers. You're going to throw 130 agility on this. Once again, reforging the haste into the off stat that is not already being used. So in this case, it's critical strike because we already got mastery. For the bow, so the bow, I already know this class is busted, so I don't really care to get the best of the best. Otherwise, I'd be rocking this gun. The Lightning Flash comes from the last boss in the Vortex Pinnacle. You have crit haste, you change the haste into mastery, obviously, and then put the same enchant, the Gnomish X-Ray, on here. I've seen people use Flintlock, but I prefer the Gnomish X-Ray. I use the bow not only for the looks of it, you can transmog better things into it, because Cata doesn't really offer good gun transmogs, but it doesn't sound really loud. It's nice, quiet, and subtle. I like that, so that's why I chose this. It's not that it's better than in any different ways. It's like, obviously, this is going to be better by a long shot, just by looking at the stats. They're not like major stats, but I mean, the stats for damage are definitely like 100 increase. So I mean, there is that. It's completely up to you if you guys want to rock the bow for the reasons that I rock the bow. But if you guys want to rock the other bow, or not the other bow, the other gun, you can go ahead and do that as well. So I have both. Just saying, I rock this just strictly because of appearance, not because of damage. So anyways, moving on to the hands, I have the Rasty hand wraps. We're going to go ahead and put 65 mastery on this to help with our pet. Crit mastery is already on it. Don't got to touch anything, good as is. Moving on to the belt, we have the Hailstrung belt. This comes from the second boss. The second boss, Hailstrung and Vortex Pinnacle. I want to say it's the second. Yes, the second boss. So this comes from the second boss. You're going to go ahead and put 40 mastery on this for the gem. Increase with the pet. Crit mastery is already on it. Don't need to change anything. The leggings have the opportune strikes, 85 stamina, 45 agility, obvious reasons. You're going to go ahead and reforge the haste into mastery. Nice crit mastery, good bonus of all. This also comes from a quest. I want to say it's the Blackrock Caverns quest. So go ahead and snag those. So here's the thing with this one. Now, if you want an extra percent, so right now I have 51%. If you want 52% in mastery, by all means you can go with this. I do not care about that 1%. I absolutely do not care. So what I mean by that is we have the Hiri boots and we also have the Tsunami boots. Now, what's the difference between the two? This has bigger core stats. You're going to have increased core stats by a long shot. This is 139 agility. This is 118 agility, 81 crit, 81 mastery, 93 crit, 93 mastery, 209 stamina, 198 stamina. So obviously that's the difference between the two. So it's in clear night and day that these are better boots to have. However, if you rock the Tsunami boots, you get a 2-set bonus of 40 mastery, but that only gives you a 1% increase on the mastery. So if you genuinely care about that 1%, rock the Tsunami boots. Go for it. I don't care about that, so I'm rocking the Hiri boots of the Windstorm and rather taking the raw stats over 1% of mastery. Do not care about any of that. Moving on to the the rings. The Poison Vial ring. This is a BOE that you guys can get. It's going to always be on the auction house. Snag that. Crit mastery is already on it. That's why you want to rock it. If you don't want to rock it because it's lower stats, then you can rock this ring. Where is it at? I know I have it. There it is. 177, 118. Let's just do this. That's going to be the difference between the two rings. You're losing 73 stamina, but you're gaining 8 agility, 12 stamina, 6 crit, 79 haste. So obviously we're looking at mastery, not haste. Now this ring right here, the Nautilus ring, is good for marksman if you want to go crit haste. That's a completely different build. That's for marksman hunters. We're BM hunters. BM's obviously going to be triumph over marksman. However, I encourage marksman because it's not as stupid as a BM hunter and it's actually like tolerable. You can look at them and like be okay with their damage. Although the aim strike, if you let those hunters get off aim strike with the wild quivers, you're just as screwed as a BM hunter. Marksman is super fun, but it's very situational in terms of how you approach fights, and you need a healer. BM hunter, you can do your own thing and just face roll your keyboard, it doesn't even matter. So that's that. Anyways, moving on to the other ring, we're looking at the Skullcracker ring. This comes from Blackrock Caverns. You're going to go ahead and keep it as is because it's crit mastery. Now for the trinket, obviously I'm not human, so I'm rocking a medallion. You 100% need a medallion without question. I'm not even going to question that. For the second ring, I'm rocking the key of the Endless Chamber. You're going to reforge the hit into mastery. That hit's going to give you the extra boost that you need. And then you also get a beautiful little proc for 15 seconds. This procs a lot, so it is a very good trinket to have. So this is pretty much what I run in terms of my hunter for the BM that you guys seen in the video. Now, when it comes down to professions, just like how I mention all the time, I don't have any of that. So with that being said, you can run alchemy for the trinket, right? Have extra agility and whatnot. I've seen people do it, but like I said, I don't know the hit chance difference, so I didn't want to level it up and just waste time when I do need 8%. But like I said, at 8%, I don't miss a thing. Everything lands. So I don't really know the hit chance cap for ranged. I want to say it can go as low as 6%, but I don't want to say anything and be wrong, so I'm just leaving it at 8%. Anyways, you could run alchemy and replace this trinket if you really wanted to, or you cannot run alchemy, run these two trinkets, have leatherworking as one of them, so that way you have 130 agility and then the 190 attack power. You will be losing some stamina, but you're going more for a raw glass cannon. You are a hunter after all, so it really doesn't matter about survivability. All you're doing is just pumping out damage as hard and fast as you can. So leatherworking, I would definitely run with a hunter, just for those enchants purposes. And then like I said, you can either run alchemy or you can run engineering. Engineering is a little bit overboard when it comes to a hunter. because you got those gadgets and the boots, so you're constantly doing all kinds of stuff. You're a little bit more OP now. If you don't care about the gadgets, then you can run enchanting, and then you can have the extra enchants on your rings. I have seen that as well. That is something that you can do as well. Or if you really want, just for the socket bonuses, for this one right here, you can run jewel crafting and have even more mastery. Or you can go with blacksmithing and have an extra gem socket. That is something you can do as well. Completely up to you. But the choice is yours in terms of that. It's all preference in terms of what you want to go with. But 100% guaranteed go leatherworking, so you have those 2 enchants increased onto your gear as is. Everything else that I mentioned is completely preference for you. Moving on to talents. This is what I run for talents. It's pretty cookie cutter, pretty straightforward. There's really not much to it. This is what I run as an 81 Twink, BM Hunter. Take a screenshot, pause the video, do what you got to do. This is what I have. Glyphs. I have glyph of the kill shot. I have glyph of arcane shot and glyph of kill command. And then I got glyph of disengage, raptor strike, beastal wrath, glyph of feign death, glyph of revive pet, and glyph of scare beast. Pretty straightforward, not much to it, guys. So hope you guys learned something new. I'm going to go ahead and work on the next video. If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below. Otherwise, it's been Resto, guys. See you guys next time.